Okay. Layer 1's done. So let's go ahead and stop this. And take a look, see what we're looking at. So if I had to pick one, under, that's in the same spot I always have an issue with. It does not look bad. Honestly, I don't know. I think that one's better. But yeah. Judging by what I see, it's probably between these two, which is -5 and -10. So if I do like -7, it's probably good. I'm going to do a firmware upgrade first, though. Hey, what's going on? So let's go ahead and we're going to do firmware upgrade first. So let's see just what we need to do. So first things first, I need to identify what chipset's actually in this, and we're going to go from there. So go through the settings. I believe it's in the settings. I can find it about, and in this case, I could have sworn I've already updated it to a new firmware that's unofficial, but now I'm wanting to upgrade it to a non-official firmware. So I just need to figure out which one. So to determine which one you have, look in the firmware version in the display about screen. You have a STM. If the firmware version is an F1. So let's go and look here. About advanced settings. About STM. Yeah, no, that's not right. Device. Nope. Okay, we're gonna have to flip it over and do it the old-fashioned way. So, first things first, let's get rid of the PLA, because that's gonna be in the way. Undo that. I'm gonna shut this guy off. Let me go turn my ceiling light on, because you're not gonna be able to see anything if not. Camera's gonna go a little messed up, and I apologize in advance, especially if you're on the webcam, because the webcam is attached to the printer, and I'm not undoing it because I don't plan on moving this far to get to where I need to go. I just need to tilt this over to get behind it. So, give me a second, guys. Yeah, I gotta look through the vent at the bottom. Oh, it's not gonna let me see it, or is it? It's on this side. It's on the front. Someone tilt it backwards. I need a flashlight. Let's see if my phone has enough light to see what's going on. Okay, forget. I'll have to look at this video to find out again. So they offer two different versions. And they look very similar. I do remember that. So this has the T8 sticker on it, so it should be the right one. But if I'm looking for the T8 sticker, it's going to be below that and to the right is the chip that I'm looking for. I see the chip, but I can't read the numbers on it. Okay, let's do this the old-fashioned way. I'm gonna just rip her apart. Probably can get away with just this one corner, more than likely. I don't know if a 2 is the right one or not. It is. Score. Hey T, what's going on? Here. You already know what's going on. If you can see. So this, I believe, is the newer version. It is the 401. Yeah, it's the 401. Okay, I was right. But I wanted to confirm before I did it. Where did that come from? Yeah, must have fell out. I did check this display. It didn't say it. I have already flashed this once to the newest firmware, and it did not say. It doesn't match the descriptions. So
a screenshot here on where it's located and how it looks like.
so yeah, it's definitely
This before
it's
on my
yeah, 4. So okay. Now I need to download that firmware, I believe, onto this thumb drive. So let's go. I'm gonna share PC screens, and then we are going to go to the GitHub portal for Marlin. Weird. I'm gonna go back and make sure I'm doing this right.
See what I'm actually printing on the screen. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to follow the instructions with you. The couple things that you will need to download are going to be the following. Again, you need to verify which type of chip you have. You might have an F1 chip, which I think that's my case. I'll double check.
I want the bug fix if I want the linear advance. Okay.
The way you check which chip you have is by flipping your printer over and actually seeing what your chip ends in. And I'll leave a screenshot here on where it's located and how it looks like. This before on my V2 Neo when I had it, so this should be pretty familiar. We're going to add this to Cura. Because I use Cura, you'll follow the steps if you're using something else. Now, I'm going to pause here real quick. Okay, so I have confirmed I have an F4 chip, so I will use the firmware that ends in F4. Now, I do prefer the AVL555 probing. That's just what I prefer, so I'm going to click that, and it's going to download. And let's grab the standard SD one now. And this.
Okay. What?
Command 8 gigabytes on each one. Somehow it just works better for me. And we're going to go over which format you should have for these ones. Now, I have skipped several previous releases. For example,
Oh, he was down here.
Then
Okay.
he came out with 007. 007 was huge. 007 allowed you to change your
So the
comfort
F4.
level probing size. Originally, if you had the first ones, the thing was that it would probe only like around the center, and it would leave around this much space around the edges where it did not probe. But after the B007 release, he made it so you can actually move it up to 25, which is the minimum distance, which only leaves you about this much of a gap. He might be working on to even make it even less than that, but I'm guessing that's the minimum because of what the original placement is for it. But if you have a mod that allows you to, I don't know, for example, this one that moves your probe a little.
So in this case, hold on. I'm gonna go run to the restroom real fast. I'll be right back. So in this case, firmware. I'm looking for the firmware. So it's going to be the .bin files, and it's going to be one of these top 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be the ES1 Pro version 4, so it's going to be one of these two. The question is, ABL or UBL? I'm assuming ABL for auto balancing. So you're saying scroll up. Key value. No, it's not Elgo. This is a um, this is a Creality CR or sorry S1 Pro. So an Ender 3 S1 Pro that I've had nothing but issues with since day one, which I finally figured it out. So now I'm tinkering with it even more and making it probably broken. So we're updating the firmware to a third-party firmware at this point. So I feel like tinkering with it. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. So in this case, so you're saying it has updated version from February 20th, 2025. Scroll to the top and click Marlin firmware. Scroll to the top, click Marlin firmware. Alrighty then. mean, I'm just looking by the dates. So in this case, that's the stock. Wait a minute. It's going to be over here. Okay, I'll go back. I'm getting click happy. Remember, there's a delay. So you're saying just scroll down. Oh, so this is actually it? Source code is here. Most recent code, the official pull request is here. Top link where it says it's been moved. Version 032? Right above the LCD picture. You scrolled. Clearly, I scrolled past it. So right above the. Oh, so you're saying this part? Because that's not the firmware, so it's going to be there. When you said the very top, I'm thinking the top of the entire page, not the entire top of the README section. So I apologize. And that's version 032. And okay, so let's scroll down. So it's gonna be the Pro auto bed leveling version 32 for the F4 chip. So it's gonna have to be that chipset. It cannot be. What does UBL stand for? Okay. Well, you're doing that. Unified bed leveling and ABL is okay. Throw that in there. Open that up. Continue. That's fine. Let's delete a lot of this stuff out of here before I get confused. Get rid of all these tests. Delete. 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 That's the firmware I updated for the factory firmware. I'll keep all those. Auto bed level render 3. Let's delete. I don't know what these are. Delete, delete. Or not. I think it's memory cards being garbage. Okay, whatever. Download. Full download history. Move that over here. That way I have a way to drag it. Put that firmware over here. That should be able to flash automatically if it's like... I'm trying to remember. I'll watch the video just to be safe.
Oh, exactly. Online with the game, here, I'm gonna
I believe you just plug it in and turn it on and it should boot up. Of course, I got an ad. Really?
And get your first month free. Cancel anytime. Deal ends March 13th.
19 area locations in Cincinnati. Join Planet Fitness today. You mastered your mind.
4 chipset. Alright, so here's what we're going to do first. Just to, at this point, let's go ahead and verify once it boots. Alright, guys. So now that we have flash firmware on the printer,
I've already updated the touchscreen.
depending on what screen you have, if you have a Dekai screen, you will have to follow the following steps. If you have a Dewin screen, you might not have to. Enter 3S1 Pro. It's right here. If you have an S Plus, you'll do the same thing, and we're going to on the micro SD. Mine's already been formed.
I'm skipping past this to see which version he actually put on it.
We will valve, and there's version 1.05.
So 1.05. I'm almost positive that's what I put on here, but I'll boot it up just to be safe. Take that out before it decides to do a firmware upgrade. If I remember right, when I did the factory firmware, it did not have to be a specific bin file. It just had to be a specific format, which I've already done. So that should be... I'll find out. This does have the screen version 1.05 already on it, so I'm good there. So I thought I already did that. Did he already update the computer? He must have it. I missed it. Must have been right here. Let's full screen. So he threw the bin file directly into his SD card.
Which is right over here. I have to create a folder that is called STM32F4 underscore update. So I'm going to create that folder, and we're going to name that again.
Okay, I guess I can do that. I guess that kind of makes sense. That's probably also in the directions, so let's go and download those real fast. No, discard, get rid of that. Go back to this, download. Do they not have instructions on here? Am I blind? It must be down here. Nope. Well, that's weird. Oh, I'm blind. Right in front of me. So it's saying to STM. Trying to skim through it, and I know I'm missing it. It's got to be right in front of me. You're probably screaming. It's like, it's right there. It's right there. There we go. Copy. Open up this. Go back to the... Oh, I'm like, why is it not reading the memory card? It's because I didn't plug it in. This memory card. I hate running cheap memory cards. See, like, I've already named it. So I just need to put it in that file is where it needs to go. Because this is when I did... This is the last update that I did. So I keep it the same. Ooh, that's not going to work. Since it's... No, it should. And then I need to dump that into... Come on. Into there. So then now, when it reboots, it should pull that folder. Yeah, because it says put the SD card in the card reader printer, turn the printer on, the main board installation. And it's fast, I will say that. And it does not give you any indicators. And then go to the About page, and you should see by TT attached to the version. Okay, simple. Easy. Throw this in here. boot her up. I'm going to switch you guys over to the SLR. I'll move you to the screen. Turn it on. This thing is disgusting. Time to use some alcohol. I think it's got hairspray on it. This probably make it worse, not better. That'd be my luck. Or it'll melt the plastic. Still got a smudge right in the middle. So I said it's hairspray. I haven't used that much hairspray on this printer. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. It's probably my grubby fingers. So now it said, what? Go to the About screen page of your printer. You should see by TT attached to the version number if it installed correctly. So that does not say... And that's what I was afraid of, is because I've already flashed this to the new version, that it's not going to recognize an updated version because it already did it using the exact same name. But it acted like it did a firmware update because that took longer than standard to upload. So that's a little odd to me. Now I'm confused. I'm thinking here. Let me see what that video shows. What happened to the video? What did I do to the video? It's over here on the screen. I want to see what his looks like. So if I go back to the screen... I wouldn't think so either, but I don't know if it's not because it's flashed to the new version already, that if the name is not, if it's looking for the same name, it won't recognize it as an upgrade, as a updated firmware, if that makes sense.
So currently I'm running the version.
So yeah, his says by TT at the end of it. That's clear as day.
Firmware, main firmware.
So it didn't take for some reason.
So we're gonna do this.
Interesting.
We're gonna turn off the printer.
Well, he didn't put the new one on there, but let's just fast forward, because you'll see what I'm talking about. Like when he boots it up, it does the same sequence.
So now that we have flash import firmware, at this point, what we can do is turn off the printer again.
Okay. Well, we know it didn't take. So, yeah. No, it's not. One's a screen version and one's... Okay, now I'm confused. Because even the instructions doesn't say that it's the screen. I did not flash the firmware with his... Wait a minute. I have to flash them both, even though it's the same version? I mean, I'll do it if that's what I have to do. I just didn't know I had to flash them both. I thought you were only flashing the one. Oh, okay, that kind of makes sense now that I'm thinking about it, because it... No. That shouldn't matter. I don't think. Back to the instructions we go. Again, I'm doing. I guess I should have just went with read the whole damn thing instead of stop just trying to assume that I know everything, because we all know it's how that's happening. Because this is getting me absolutely nowhere. I've already verified that touchscreen firmware. I have a micro SD. Okay, let me go back to the top. Yeah, that's why I was like, okay, that kind of makes sense once you said it. It took me a minute to realize that if the one's not the same, then it probably doesn't understand what it's looking for. So that means I have to download both. So now my next question is, let me just read this. So check, okay, let me throw the micro SD card in my card reader. Plug that in. And it has whatever this is. So if it simply does not work, you may need to work not working, not always working SD card. Yeah, that's fine. We've already done that. So now I need to download the instructions, throw it in a dwin-set folder, which I already have, which is here. I just need to delete everything out of here and download the new file. So screen version. Screen needs certain files in the image load. Yep, when it's the screen files, it has the image and user interface that the firmware will need. Okay. So where's the code? Is it a different file? Shouldn't be, right? It should be right here. I guess I could just copy this. I'll throw it in another URL. Show all assets. Which should be right here, right? But that's all printer. So it can't be those. Oh, I'm blind. Down here. No. I'm confused. Let me go back. Let me go back. So these are the same page. We've established that. Okay, let me go find that link. And no, I won't do it on stream. Actually, I already have it on the other screen, off screen, because you can't see it over here. Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. This guy's good tutorial. Firmware release tag, GitHub, Merlin tag. This is the link that you sent me. Weird. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the screen. Where's the screen sections? Version 8. I've uploaded the files here. Update the screen once. Do not forget the firmware.zlib in the root or your SD card. It is important. Then proceed with my firmware. Okay, so it must be here. But it's not here. I'm confused. But that don't take much. Oh, there it is. Does it actually have the firmware name on here? I'll go back to the video. Let's find out.
I was stuck on the 003. Then he came out with 007. 007 was huge. 007 allowed you to change your auto bed level probing size. Originally, if you had the first ones, the thing was that it would probe only like around the center, and it would leave around this much space around the edges where it did not probe. After the B007 release, he made it so you can actually move it up to 25. I'm going to follow the instructions with you, which type of chip you have. You might have an F1 chip, which I think that's my case, so I'll double check in a second, or you might have an F4 chip. The way you check which chip you have is by flipping your printer over and actually seeing what your chip ends in. And I'll leave a screenshot here on where it's located and how it looks like. This before on my V2 Neo when I had it, so this should be pretty familiar. We're going to add this to Cura. So I use Cura. You'll follow the steps if you're using something else. Now, I'm going to pause here real quick. Okay. So I have confirmed I have an F4 chip, so I will use the firmware that ends in F4. Now, I do prefer the ABL555 probing. That's just what I prefer. So I'm going to click that, and it's going to download. And let's grab the standard SD one now. And this one is where we're going to put firmware in.
That's all for the printer. That part makes sense to me. This is fine.
Simple. It's going to vary here if you have, I'm going to drag it down. But again, since I have a F4 chipset, there's an extra instruction you have to do, which is right over here. I have to create a folder printer to read.
That's the firmware for the. That's still okay. That's fine. He puts the firmware on. That's fine. So now he's talking about the screen. He's downloading the official file.
Right here. We have an S Plus, we'll do the same thing, and we're going to download the version 28 release. So it's 2.08.28. here's what it's going to look like. We're going to need
which I'm already running the 2.0.8.28F4, which is what he's downloading. So I've already done this. Of course, I got an ad. Yay! Gotta love ads.
And this is what we're going to format it to. Okay, so .32, 4096 bytes. You got the label with right there, WinSit, private, and firmware.zlib, which are these three right here. Okay, after you copy the three files over, we can go ahead and eject the micro SD card.
Yes, I can confirm on my screen, which I don't know if I can even zoom in any farther. I cannot, but the screen version right there is 2.0.28, whatever he's got, the 28F4. So that is the correct version. Just for some reason it didn't. I'm just gonna reboot it. It just didn't take the firmware update for the VTT firmware. So the SD card's in. We'll reboot it. I'll bring you in a little closer, maybe. I mean, I would rather go ahead and do it now since I'm like down this rabbit hole of doing it. I don't mind. Oh, and I did a new bed print. While it's loading. So that middle one there is 0. That's over extruded. That's -5. I think it's slightly over extruded. That's -10. So -10. -5. There's got a boogery spot here, but that's the same spot I keep having issues with. So it's between these two. That's definitely under extruded and under extruded. I'm going to redo this test again once I put the new firmware on it. But I think it's between -5 and -10. So I was going to do -7. So. I'll go look, but I don't think so. He does. Oh, actually, you might be right. I'm going to go back and look. No, I don't think so, actually, now that I think about it. I'll read the directions again. I think it's just putting it in a folder. Okay, so let's go back and look at the screen now that it's done. Okay, come on, camera. Work with me here. Settings. About. So that says the screen version is 2.0.8.28F4, which is correct. But the hardware version still shows the Creality software, not the VTT software. So, why is this boogered up? So, let's go back over here. Yeah, I'm going to go back. I don't think I missed anything important on the formatting, but I'll go back and look. I mean, again, I'm not smart, so...
So the firmware is going to be almost as simple. It's going to vary here if you have, depending on what type of chip you have on your phone. In my case, it's an F4, so my project requires some extra steps. But just like the other one, I'm going to format the SD card. And again, we're using the same allocation unit size and .32 file system. And again, it doesn't matter what you look at. Okay, so
That's not right.
We're gonna open up
Oh,
my
it's reading the wrong one,
download
that's why.
so I can go ahead and grab the firmware, which is gonna be this one right here. I'm gonna drag it down. But again, since I have a F4 chipset, there's some extra instruction you have to do, which is right over here. I have to create a folder that is called STM32F4 underscore update. So I'm going to create that folder.
STM 32F4 underscore update.
Okay, and then
That's right.
copy and drag the file.
And all I did was just move the file down
One chip, you can just drag the file
into here.
the firmware without putting it in the folder, and you'll be fine. And that's how you update it with an F1 chip. The F4 requires the printer to read that you have.
Am I downloading the wrong? Did I download the wrong file?
So at this point, that's really all you have to do. Let's go ahead and eject the SD.
Okay, let me go back and check which file he downloaded.
The way that you type on the SD. I'm gonna open up my downloads folder again, so I can go ahead and grab the firmware.
No, that looks right. Downloads. So that's the one I downloaded. Make sure that's right. Actually, I can just throw it in there. We'll do that. So if I throw it in here, it should say it's a duplicate, which it is. I mean, I'll delete the old stuff. It shouldn't matter. That ain't gonna matter. That ain't gonna matter. But for shizzles and giggles, make sure it is a FAT32 drive. So it is formatted correctly. Make sure I'm not, yeah, it's a FAT32 drive, so that's correct. Everything is right. Weird. Let's try it again. Turn it off. Plug in. Reboot. No, because it would say in the directions it even says it'll say by. Oh, wait a minute. Now it took it. So now the firmware version says by TT at the end of it. So it did the firmware update that time. So that means it took the correct firmware. Again, this stuff is just weird. Like, why didn't it work? I guess the other file, maybe the other folder was confusing it. I don't know. But now it has the updated version. So at least we know that part of it works. I want to redo this test first. So let's go back to... We'll go back to our slicing software now that we have the correct version. And I'm going to run this test first. And I'm going to lower this 5 points. And then we're going to rerun this test. Okay, come on. Okay, there we go. Check the printer settings, look for linear advance. Okay, well, where would that be? So... advanced settings, maybe movement, edge leveling data, no, auto PID, no, manual PID, no, maybe movements, Here, I'll move it back so you can see what the screen looks like. It definitely already looks different. I can tell you that right now. I don't think it's in there. Uh-oh. Did it just freeze up on me? It's probably going to reboot. Go back. When in doubt, reboot it out. Okay. It won't be in the home screen. It won't be in the print screen. I don't expect it to be in the ready screen because that's going to be the auto home, but we'll start there first. I used... Should have been the latest version. But let me go and look. So back to here. Options. Download. So that was... Back. Let me go make sure that's right. 202502228 dash 170439 dash ABL version 32 dash F4 bin. So that's the one that was uploaded last week. Okay, so now back to you're seeing looking at the LCD screen. Actually, you can't see the whole screen, so let me zoom you out just a tick so you can. There you go. I don't think it's going to be in this screen, but at least it gives you the X, Y, and Z axis now. That's kind of cool. It didn't do that before. I don't think it would be in the axis move. It might be in the in and out. Nozzle temp. Nope, won't be there. Let's check manual. Nozzle temp, fan control, cooling. Nope, won't be there. Axis move won't be there. So it's going to have to be maybe in settings. No, I don't think it's going to be in there. Advanced settings, movement, edit, bed leveling. I don't think it's in there either. Check about, make sure it's still, yeah, it still shows by BT or by TT, so I know it's got the right firmware. It might not be something that's adjustable on the screen. It may be something that I have to do just manually in the code. It just now it enables it so that I can actually change the code in the G code. That would be my bet. You might be right, but I don't know where the newest screen code is. Okay, you're looking at the latest, so maybe is it where? Because it won't be there, because that's not a zip file. So would it be in the Pro Plus zip file? Or source codes, maybe? Let me look in here. I can try. What source happens? Yeah, I'll try that. me see if this looks any different. T5LCF CRZ2. Definitely, it's got more. It absolutely has more screens. So, for example, screen 84, 85, 86. So, it's got 87, 88, 89, all the way to 98. So, it's definitely different. We will delete everything in here. And we will throw everything. Extract all. Browse. Select folder. Extract. Correct. Yeah, I'm agreeing with what you're saying, especially now that I see that the screens are actually, or the files are actually different, and it has more screens in this version. So, why did it throw it in a private folder? I'm confused. That doesn't make any sense. Okay. Let's cut that out. We're going to move it over to here. Actually, I can just do this. We'll put that here, edit, paste. So now that should have the new version. Delete that out. Wait a minute. What's in there? What is going on? I'll cut that out too, just to be safe. Cut. I'll put it over here. Delete that out. Paste. Okay. Let's go ahead and do this guy. So, oh, I think the wife's home. So this may get cut short, but I can do this off camera. I think I need a 2.5. Or my 3. Nope, not a 3. 2.5. Where's my 2.5? Do I not have? I don't have all my tools. It's driving me nuts. Driving me nuts. That's not right. That might be the right one. That'll work. And my drill. There we go. I think it comes off of there. Come on. Okay, there we go. Take the top off. Throw the SD card in it. Throw this back on. I think it goes this way if my memory's right. I will hold it. Actually, I'll just put it over there. It's doing a firmware update. Blue screen. That's good. you can't see it. Not helping. Oh, 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 oh. PC screen. Hi.
Hi. That smells so good. Do you want it? You want to try the other one too? Talking to Ryan. Do you want to come in for a couple minutes before I gotta leave?
Sure.
If I don't piss down my fucking leg. Joseph!
I'll be back.
Come on! I have to piss. I have to get ready for work.
Who, Ace? Why was Ace biting you nonstop? Oh, he was licking you nonstop. Well, that's his happy licks. Right? she's leaving. Going to her other work. Okay. So, we are done with the firmware upgrade. Turn this off. Disconnect. Unplug the memory card. Put this back together. Hey, Michael Ball, what's up? All 4 screws. Plug that in. Goes in this way. That goes on like so. Back down. Turn it on. And let's see what this looks like now that we get the new firmware on here. It is freezing in my garage. Okay, that looks totally different than before. Totally different. Like, not even the same. At all. Zoom in. Get you guys a little closer. So that already looks 1,000 times different. So it's got an icon for all the stuff. So I can turn things on, off. Home button goes to auto home. It's actually pretty awesome. It's already faster too. You can put the G-code in your slicer to allow the model to display to your LCD. Go to the settings in motion. Okay, go to settings. Settings. Motion. I'm assuming movement. Offsets. Look for LA. Advanced settings. That's where I'm at. Movement. Max speed, acceleration. There it is. Linear advance. And then type in the value. Like I said, this is already 1,000 times better. So, now I'm ready to do the advanced testing again. So let's start all over. Since we're dealing with a whole new firmware, I'm going to start with doing the same test over again. But we're going to start with a new file, just to be clean. So we're going to go back, move you over to my screen. Yeah, that's what I was going to do. So settings, leveling. Holy crap, that's a lot of levels. You can't see. Let me turn this off. Hold on. Because I have the script running. Advanced scene select, script stop. Okay. I need to move this bed a little closer for you to see. Like, that is a lot of bed leveling options. So, start. Yeah, I noticed you couldn't see. Sorry, I'm a terrible streamer. Now I know why he did the 5x5 instead of the 7x7. Because a 5x5 is probably more than enough. It does it 4 times 2 instead of 3. Which, honestly, is pretty cool. But it moves faster doing the testing. So, oh, absolutely. That's why I was all for just doing it. I don't care with this printer. You know what I mean? Like it's just one of those things where I would rather go ahead and do it because if I'm going to invest in the time and doing all of the calibration correctly, I would rather do the firmware now instead of chasing it and then change the firmware just to redo all the testing again. So, in this situation, yeah, it's not going to make it any worse. That's kind of how I'm looking at it, and I'm already enjoying a lot of the features that I can just see from a quick glance. So I can only imagine how much better it is, but I'm actually shocked. That level's not that bad. I had a point. I had an even one the other day. I think it was 2 days ago. I think it was the dead center was 0.000. Um, it could be it's too tight. Actually, you know how I can fix that is I can turn the stepper motor off and move it by hand. I think it's free by hand. I think it's a stepper motor. I'll find out here in a second. I'll tell you. Well, I'm going to say that looks good. I'm happy with that. So now I don't have to save it because it doesn't have a save option. So I'm assuming everything looks good. I actually kind of like how it's got color shadings to let you know that it's a little out of parameter, but it's not bad. Yeah, it's not terrible. I mean, it could be better. Sure, it could, but the auto leveling should be able to fix that. Okay. Um, settings, device. Nope. Advanced settings, movement. Nope. Where's stepper motors to disable? Where are you? Home. Is there a button on here to disable stepper? Preheat. Preheat. Sound. Off. Broken on. Where's the button to disable the stepper motor? Ready? Axis move? No. In and out? No. Manual? Did they did stepper motor get turned off? Like, am I blind? Move axis? No. In and out? No, because that's just the extruder. Manual? Settings? Advanced settings? Movement? Home offsets? Display settings, which I don't really care about. Just more curious what's in there at this point. Alrighty then. I don't see the settings. Yeah, this UI is totally different. Totally different. I don't see how to turn off the stepper motors though. So home.
Good job. Let's get each other into fine.
M84 home.
You said you wanted to.
Off. What is that? That's, well, wait a minute. No. No. So that's not it. Turn that back to stock. That ain't it. Print? No, because there's no SD card, so it doesn't know what it's looking for. It's got to be in here somewhere. No. There we go. Okay. Move this up. Move this out. Focus. So if I move this by hand, sounds normal. It sounds normal to me. Let's go home. And like, that sounds okay. I heard what you were hearing. Like, it doesn't bother me that much, long as it's not affecting the printer, but I don't know which one's bad, because to me they all sound the same. No, the Z offset. No, I mean, I don't think it'd be, but I can run it. That sounds fine. I don't even hear it running. Okay. So now let's go. I have OCD for. No, I get it. I get it. Calibration flow test. Pass 1, but I need to change the settings for this filament. I wanted to lower it down so that my flow was... I don't remember what the original flow was. That's the problem. I need to go back and look at the instructions. Calibrate. Tutorial. Flow rate. Okay. I'm assuming 0.98 was my original flow. Wouldn't the Z... Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. I was thinking it would be included in the auto leveling bed system. It shouldn't change, but I get where you're going with that. Okay. So in this case, let's go back to that. I know I have to go up. So if anything, I'll move it to like 1.0 and we'll go from there. I know I have to... Well, I guess it could change completely now that it's all back. Screw this. So basically, what you're saying is I need to go back to generic PLA. Start all over. Let's start fresh. And since we're here, can I delete these old profiles? How do I do that? Filament. I'll figure that out later. Just go to the offset menu. Okay, well, let's find out where that is. So over here, zoom in. Is it move axis? Nope. It's going to be in and out. Nope. Manual, and I don't think it's manual. Home. Ready. This will go back to the home, to the center. Settings, leveling, auxiliary level, 1. So that's the same as before, but yeah, that ain't even close. Down, that's cool that it goes 5. Like, I'm not even close. Oop, too far. Could I do the CR Touch option? I wonder what that does. I'm going to do it manually first. That's probably close. It's probably too tight. We'll start there. But now that I have the center, I have to manually edit it with the knobs. I can't do it manually. Correct? Is that how I'm doing this? Because that's how I've always done it in the past. Is I've always Z offset the center and then do 2, 3, 5, and 4. So I'll do 2, 3, 5, 4, and I'll adjust the corners with the knobs on the bed manually and not change it. Because if I change this, it changes the center, and I can't change the center because the center's a fixed point. I think on this printer. Might not be. Yeah. The center's a fixed point. Well, this is how you set the Z offset, though. So you're saying I don't have to do 2, 3, 5, and 4. But like right now, 2 is too high. Or is too close to the bed. I'm going to tell you that right now. Okay, so I've set it to the center with the Z offset. I'm done. You're saying don't touch it don't change anything else because the mesh, I want to make sure I'm comprehending this correctly, because of the mesh profile that's already built, it's going to detect that that front left corner is going to be slightly too high already as it is, so I shouldn't change anything, that the mesh will take care of itself, is what you're saying. I just had to lower the center to get the base for the Z offset in the correct position. I don't remember what I had in the center before, honestly. I don't remember. It probably was negative 2.5. I didn't pay any attention to it before we started all this. Okay. So that should stay the same for everything then, is what we're saying. So that's what we're going to go with. Let's make sure that this is still at the correct flow rate, which is 0.98, which it is. I think we're good to slice. And then export. Flow rate. Flow test. Save. Close that out. We're going to go to print. And now I'm looking for... That looks totally different. What? Is it at the bottom? Yeah, it is. Which I'm fine with. That's okay. Oh, yeah. That's pretty cool that it detects that I don't have any filament in it, because I'm an idiot. Kind of makes this dummy proof. Go up, over, go back. Oop, I need to cut that. That's messed up. Down to there. That looks good. That looks good. In, out. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to hit yes. Print. I did just slice a new file. I just did that off camera. Or at least I thought I did. I'm staring right at the slicer. Oh, it didn't save it. Son of a biscuit. I'm an idiot. Stop. I sliced it, but I didn't save it. It's I'm telling you, it's one of these days. No, I did do it. And it's the only flow rate that's on here. So I did do it. Okay, we're good. So we'll go back over here. Back to the printer. Print. Flow rate. Go. No, I mean, that tells you how much I, like, just because you questioned it doesn't mean that I was confident that I did it either, because I remember slicing it, but I don't remember saving it onto the memory card. So, I'm going to probably only do this test once, and then I'm going to me and you were gonna make the decision on where to adjust it, and then I'm probably gonna leave and go take the kids to go get dinner, because it's almost 6 o'clock. Yeah, that's probably not a bad idea. Old, like, make it old, like, label it old files or something, so that way everything's just crammed into one folder, and then I can throw everything into a new folder. I'm terrible about organization like that, for sure. Like, I'm terrible about file organization. Even my gaming computer in the house is god awful, and I have like one, two, three, four, five, six hard drives I think on it. Seven, six, seven, somewhere around there. And some of them may or may not have the same file folder names in them. Like one that says YouTube video might exist on three of those said hard drives. Because again, I create YouTube video, so I forget which one I put it in, and then instead of actually fixing it, I just ignore it and then just dig around through three hard drives to find the one I'm looking for, and say, "Oh, it's over here," and then, "Oh, it's over there," or "Oh, it's over here." I'm telling you, I'm terrible for keeping anything organized. For me, is my OCDness drives me so much crazy that I have to shut it off because I can't. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say I can't focus. It's just, it's so frustrating because I don't want to take the time to fix it. I need to look into the G code for the thumbnail for Orca Slicer. Okay, riddle me this. What is that? What is this printer doing? Oh, it's still heating up. That's what it's doing. The heat up top. So it just came up to temp now. And now it's priming. And it's not priming because it's shooting it off the bed. Off the side. It completely missed it. That's hilarious. I mean, it primed, but it didn't prime it right. Okay, what is this printer doing? Like, it's off the board right now. This is hilarious. Or off the bed. Oh, it's up. It's up. I say it's raising its temps. Now it's doing it again, and it's not on the bed. What? I'm ignoring it at this point. This part of it, I think I can fix that later, maybe. It shouldn't affect the print. It's just affecting the home. Yeah, it's got to be the home offset. Factory settings in Cura, not Cura, but in Orca Slicer for PLA. I did not change any settings. So we're starting all over. First one looks like garbage. I wonder if I can get this a little closer for you guys to see. Ugh. Yeah, this looks like garbage. I expect that, so it's fine. Oh, I'm not even zoomed in all the way. I thought I was. Or wait a minute. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's going to go up, not down. It's not going to stay at 0. We'll see when it prints. At least the first layer. There's no need to do all 3. Not on the first. Not on the first print. But if it prints pretty fast, I may just go ahead and do all 3, only like 2 or 3 layers. But like that first one there, that's garbage. +5 does not look bad at all. I think it's quieter. The machine is with the new settings. And this thing's already pretty quiet compared to my Solvo SV01, so... And it's really quiet compared to my CR10. And that's +20 printing right now. +20 is probably over. Yeah, I'm gonna say that's over extruded. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I guarantee you that certain speeds have a resistance caused by the stepper motors, or the tension of the belt causes a harmonic of some kind of harmonic issue, for sure. Like the CR10, it was a workhorse of a printer. It still is, but I'm gonna have to get rid of it, just because I'm getting a Shibiko 5 Pro with a upgraded 110 head to cut aluminum and carbon fiber. So it's gonna that home that I need the spot basically the spot that I need for that. I have to make room, and so that printer's probably gonna get sold. I'll probably sell it for like $100. It's been a good printer. I love it. I just don't use it. But I'm kind of excited to get the Shipiko 5 Pro. It's gonna be a major learning curve for me. A desktop CNC machine. Desktop CNC router. Let me rephrase that. But it's strong enough that it can do carbon fiber and like solid aluminum. Positive 15 is too much. So now it's doing 0. Honestly, it might be. It might be calibrated correctly to the machine when they did the firmware updates, all the settings and stuff. Come on, printer. I will say 0 does look pretty good, though. I have to see what, like, -5, 0, and 5 looks like. I can tell you positive 10 is too much, and -15 is not enough. Oh, absolutely. This, I think, makes my user experience a lot better. The firmware seems a lot more, I wouldn't say advanced, but it unlocks a lot of stuff that was missing that I knew the printer needs or I'm used to dealing with. Like, that was always been my complaint with the Creality software is they dumb it down so bad that you can't do some very basic stuff that you need to do. It's like they hide the information. So, this makes it a lot more uniform and like straight in your face. And I like how it has more points of data for the mesh too. That tells me, in theory, it should retain a more accurate bed level as it prints as well, which should, in theory, make my life a lot easier. Yeah, neg 10 was definitely not enough. I figured it was. Yeah, I mean, I understand what they're doing. They're Creality has always targeted the, I'm gonna say, the entry level market of the 3D printers. They've never been the competitor to the Bamboo and the higher end companies that are out there that like people truly geek out. They want all of the nice luxury features and stuff that makes printing, I wouldn't say enjoyable, but at least it makes it so that way once you, like me and you like, we like to tinker with the stuff and you want it to be perfect and you want it to look right. Some people don't care what it looks like just long as it prints. And I feel like that's what Creality does with their software, and they're targeting the people that don't really care. They just want to print. So they dumb. It's like the Apple of smartphones, or for 3D printers is what Creality is. They work. They do what they're supposed to do, and they do in my opinion, a really good job for the price point that they market their. Like, if I'm talking about like just a standard like Ender 3 line, I would not have paid money for this printer. I don't like anything about it. If I like spent my own money, and I want to say this printer was like $500 or $600 when it was new. like I don't like a lot of the features that it had, but again, it was the software that made it so bad. It was not. I don't fault the printer for the issues. I hope that makes sense. And now that this new firmware is on here, it's changing my opinion on how this printer is. And just by a one quick print, I can already tell you that I feel like it's printing better. I also feel like it's printing faster. It's definitely smoother, if that makes sense. And I would assume that's the settings for like your stepper motor and stuff like that that's set on the firmware. Oh, it boogered up that corner. That doesn't make any sense. I wonder if it's a bad bed level. That has to be, because that'd be too close. I can look at the rest of the print on there and see what it looks like. It's too... I don't know, I think it just under extruded the whole thing. So I think it's not enough. I'm just looking at the rest of the print that messed up. Even like the other corners, that's the farthest away. It don't look good. I think it did that before on the first print we did too. That same one in the same corner. It's almost like it's a file problem. Anywho, irrelevant. It's... Zero's not enough. I'm going to tell you that right now. From what I'm seeing... Okay. We'll let that finish this layer. And then we'll stop it. Stop. Stop. Okay. Unlock. Okay. Let's bring this out. Yeah, I'm going to because it messed up. It did the same thing last time. So, let's get this to focus real fast. So that's... I agree with you. I'm going to do it again. But, like, that's obvious that that's not right. That's -10, and it's got some issues. It's definitely got some issues. That's thin. Kind of hard. It's bad to see. This angle's not the best for you. Hold on. Let me see if I can't get this a little farther out here for you to see. Okay, camera. Work with me. Stop being crazy. So you can see... I'm going to have to just move the bed. Hold on. Because this is not working. Focus. 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 So that's 0. It's a little on the thin side, but the edges look nice and sharp. And then that's +5. And then +10. Which is right there. Like 10's too much. You can see like that corner. It's definitely 5. I would say it's between 5 and 0. I would agree with you. But I don't want to run another print because that fucked up. It probably could have made it through there without a problem, but what I can do is I can set it to 5 and then run the other print and it'll go back. It starts at the positive 5 and works its way backwards is what I can do. Because it's definitely one of these two. Okay, come on, focus. Okay, I'll run another print at 0. I'm just not going to be able to stick around. I'm going to take the kids to go get dinner. And then we'll take a pic. I'll let it run on camera. I just won't be here. Do 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 do. So I'm gonna run the same file again. Print. Last page. Flow rate. Print. Let's zoom out. Get this camera set up a little bit. Oh, I should have fixed the home position. Let me do that real fast. Stop. Stop. Settings. Advanced settings. Is it offset? Home offset. I need to move that. Oh, it helps if I put the bed on all the way. Y. No. Go a little farther. I'll go with 7 millimeters. Home, print, very last page, flow, print. Z offset, Z, I can adjust that while it's printing. I'm betting if anything I have to go up. I'm probably slightly too tight for the first layer. We'll see. Come on, printer. Oh, bed's still warming up. Nozzle creeped up to 225. And it should be starting any second. Oh, temp dropped on the nozzle to 215. There we go. Yes. Nope. Nope, I did not change the flow. It didn't change the Z offset. It's still printing off the edge of the bed. How dumb. I'll have to deal with that later. Or the home offset. I could have sworn it changed. I know I changed it. I just don't know if it didn't save it. But yeah, it's still factor. It's the same file as before. I didn't even change it. Like it's still the stock flow rate of 0.98. It just cracks me up that it's printing off of the edge of the bed. Because it didn't stick to the bed and you want to see it print all 3 layers. It's printing the 0.9. Yeah, it's printing the 0.98, not the one I had before, which is like 1.128 or whatever it was. So Z axis. Let's go up 1. Yeah, now it's not sticking to the bed at all. It curled the corner. Let's see what the rest of it looks like. It might recover. Yeah, it looks like straight garbage. Down 1. Yep, that ain't gonna work. That all kinds of messed up. Yep. Okay. I'm done with this. Okay. Oh, you're saying just do a regular print. Okay, I thought you meant another flow print test. Okay. Yeah, I can do that. It messed up anyway. Like this first I'm not chasing that. So that was also me messing with the Z offset. I went down 1, and as soon as I went down 1, it got all kinds of messed up. So I am going to end it here for the night. I may be back on later tonight real late, but I'm going to tinker with it off camera some. But I'm a lot happier with how it's going. Like, this thing looks a lot better. I'm definitely, the new software is honestly pretty awesome. So, yeah, we're going to see what happens. So, I'm going to go take care of the kiddos, and we'll go from there. So, I may or may not be back later tonight. I don't know. But either way, I'm out of here. Adios, everyone. And by the way, thanks, team.